All right, Zatima fans. Now, somebody sent me this message earlier today, and it's like, okay, Jeremy, I understand why folks are upset with Paul, but didn't Robin do the same thing as Paul, and everybody likes him? Robin pushed up on Andy so hard until she actually gave in. Yes, Gary being Gary made it easy for her to do so, but Paul pushed, although not as hard as Robin did. A couple things with that. First of all, what's that saying? You lose them how you get them. And to be completely honest, I think the reason or the fact that Andy gave in to Robin says more about her than it does about Robin. Andy is trash. Keep in mind that when it comes to the comparison with Fatima, there's a major difference here. Fatima and Zach randomly found each other, aka Fatima ran him over on her when he was on his bike with her car. And this was after just the same night as when Karen decided to pick Aaron over him, so Zach was fully single. Andy pursued, or should I say Gary pursued Andy while he was still married, and these two engaged in at bare minimum a 6-month affair, which his marriage eventually, he went through a divorce, and then they got engaged. And, these two are just trash people in general. So Robin comes along and, well, yeah, Andy had the engagement ring, but that didn't stop him from pursuing her, which doesn't look good on his character. But at the same time, even though he kept making advances, Andy would kind of dance on that line between cheating and flirtation. And it wasn't until, every time she would say no to Robin, she would come back to him because Gary would piss her off. And whenever she got pissed off, she would go directly back to him. It's kind of the opposite here because Paul is the one who's being more active while Fatima's the one reacting to it. Paul is the one constantly popping up whenever Fatima, is somewhere. Oh, he just so happens to be at Dr. Reed's office when Fatima is scheduled to have an appointment. Oh, Paul shows up to her office, at work in order to, ask her out on a date and to say, hey, this is my final week working here. Oh, he just pops up when her tire's flat. You see what I'm saying here? So I think the difference is, yes, you have two men who are pursuing engaged women, but at the same time, I don't think it's a matter of comparing Paul to Robin. It's a matter of comparing Andy to Fatima and how they respond to these men who are trying to be homewreckers. Now, granted, if we do see Fatima interact with Paul in season 2B, well, at this very moment, yes, she walked out of Zach's house, but they aren't officially broken up. I don't think it's official until she takes that engagement ring off. Unless she did it in the final moments of the episode and I just forgot. But yeah, I don't think that, if Fatima goes to hang out with Paul or something, that it's a bad stain on her character. Because if she's technically single, she's technically single. It's the same idea of, oh, well, Zach cheated on Fatima because he, did it with Karen in her office at the salon. Nope. It's like Zach pointed out. He and Fatima weren't even official, so it wasn't cheating. Now, would it be a smart idea to be shacking up with somebody and then hook up with your ex, even though you and the person you're living with aren't even in an official title, but it's understood that you two have a bond? No, it would be pretty dang dumb. So I would say that, yes, the reason Robin is quote unquote likable is because he's a more charismatic character than Gary when it comes to Gary's trash. We know he is. We've seen how he treats Andy. So even if Robin is a homewrecker, he looked better by comparison, even though he is Andy's boss. So that just led to a bunch of HR nightmares, even though the fact that he is the owner of the law firm. But in any case, yeah, that's why it's a simple matter of saying that, oh, well, we like Robin and Paul is trash. Or at least that's how I feel about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about these two homewreckers? Do you prefer one over the other? Do you think they're both garbage for pursuing women who are already engaged? let's talk about it. And also, Robin is a simp at this point, so yeah, it kind of sucks what Tyler did with his character in the long run.